Hello everyone, welcome back to SSBCrack exams. In this session, we are going to discuss daily current affairs as on 19 September 2020. Before beginning, as I always introduced you with SSBCrack exams, it is one of the leading institution if you're preparing for defense examination like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, Territorial Army. For more details, you can visit our website. There you'll find an entire package of courses, mock tests, quizzes, and study materials. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms for defense updates and notifications like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Telegram. You can also download our mobile app SSBCrack Exams from Google Play Store. So let's start with the question of the day. And in the yesterday's session, I asked you what is serial interval, and I gave you the hint that it is related to the COVID-19. Okay. So serial interval in the epidemiology of communicable diseases, a serial interval, it refers to the time between the successive case in the chain of transmission. It is the time between, the period between the successive case in the chain of transmission. I'll tell you in a simpler terms, it is a duration between the symptoms of the onset of a primary case and symptom onset of the secondary case, which happens due to the context generated by the primary case. So in the simpler terms, you can say it is the duration between the onset of COVID-19 symptoms in a person X to the symptoms of the person Y, okay, who is infected by person X. So what it is a gap, or you can say the duration. It is a duration between the onset of COVID-19 symptoms in person X and person Y. Okay, and this person Y is infected by this particular X. Okay, so this is serial interval. Now, according to the recent research paper, serial interval of SARS-CoV-2, which is coronavirus, it was shortened over time by non-pharmaceutical interventions. Okay, the report says that the serial interval of this particular virus was shortened over the time. And China was able to contain COVID-19 due to the ability to manage the serial interval, and which has now, China has now gone over a month without the locally transmitted COVID-19 cases. So this particular serial interval, it depends on incubation period and reproduction rate, which is also known as R0. Okay, so serial intervals depends on two factors. First factor is incubation period and second factor is reproduction rate. So what is incubation period? So it is a time between the exposure of a person to the virus and symptom onset, when the virus comes to the body and the first time it feels any symptoms. It is a time exposure. Okay, this is incubation period. Okay. And what is reproduction rate? Reproduction rate is the number of the people who will be able to infected by one infected person. Easy and simple. So serial intervals depends on these two factors. So what is the importance of this particular thing? So the serial interval, it will help to gauge the effectiveness of infection control. It will gauge the effectiveness of infection control interventions apart from indicating the immunity of the rising population and forecast in the incidence of the future. So this can be helpful in these areas, and more quickly people who contracted COVID-19, they are identified and isolated. The serial interval will be shortened, and so the transmission of the virus will be cut down by this. So these are the importance of serial intervals, right? Now let's start our day with the first important article that we have today. It is about the Gilgit-Baltistan. So it is a very famous region, as you know. This is the disputed territory between India and Pakistan. So recently Pakistan has decided to elevate this particular region, Gilgit-Baltistan region, as a status to that of a full-fledged provinces. Now Pakistan has decided to give the full status as a full-fledged province to this Gilgit-Baltistan region. You can see the region is here, but India has clearly conveyed to Pakistan that entire union territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, including the area of Gilgit-Baltistan, it is an integral part of India. So if you go to the past, this particular region has functioned as a provincial autonomous region since 2009, and it has a regional assembly and an elected chief minister, and it is controlled by Pakistan so far. So if you look over the location, it is located like in the northern part of India. It borders with China from this region in the north, Afghanistan in the west, and Kashmir in the southeast. Okay, and it shares the geographical boundary with POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and India considered it as a part of the undivided Jammu and Kashmir. So let's see what is the importance of this particular region. So first of all, China and Pakistan, they are developing this corridor which is known as China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. This particular corridor, it passes through this region, okay, and 3 of the world's longest glacier outside the polar regions, they are found in this particular region only. So let's see what is CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. So it is a flagship project of China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. It is a part of BRI project of China, okay, and it is a bilateral project between the Pakistan and China. What is the aim of this particular project? The aim is to connect the Ghadar port, this particular port in Pakistan's Balochistan province, and China's Xinjiang province here, okay. And they will provide connectivity through what? They will provide connectivity through highways, railways, pipelines, and various infrastructural development in this particular area. But India is opposing this instance, and India has always protested against CPEC because it is coming from India's territory, as India still considers this as a part of India's territory, and it is an integral part of India. So this was the news. Now let's move ahead, and next we have is about India's first private jet terminal. It is India's first private jet terminal, and it was opened for the first terminal, and it is the India's first exclusive terminal for the private airplanes. So it is aimed for India's growing ultra-rich population, and the new terminal is located at Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi. This can come in your examination where it is located, right? It is located in New Delhi. The terminal was inaugurated by Union Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri ji, and this terminal is going to allow movement of 150 jets daily. So what is ultra-rich population? So ultra-rich population are the individuals which are defined as the persons with net worth of 30 million USD. Okay, and India's ultra-rich population has grown to 116% in the 5 years to 2018, and it is expected to rise by 37% by 2023, and that was the need for the inauguration of this particular first private jet terminal. Okay, so it is located at New Delhi, Indira Gandhi International Airport. Now moving ahead, and next update we have is about the Global Smart City Index. It is Global Smart City Index. So who released this index? This is important. So it was released by the Institute of Management Development, IMD, with collaboration with Singapore University. Singapore University for Technology and Design. They released Global Smart City Index 2020. Okay, so it surveyed over 109 cities. So it was topped by Singapore. Singapore is at first position, the smartest city around the world. Second is Helsinki, and third is Zurich. Okay, so these are the top 3 countries. Now talking about India's performance. So India, it is topped by Hyderabad. Hyderabad is at the top position, and Hyderabad is the top Indian city, and it is placed at 85th position this year. Earlier it was at 67th position in the year 2019. After it, 86th position is held by New Delhi. It is also down from 68 in the year 2019. Mumbai is at 93rd place. In the year 2019, it was at 78th position. Bangalore is at 95th place. In 2019, it was 79th position. And you can see that this slipping happened, and the slipping might have been due to the pandemic, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So India is top, like India, if you talk about among the Indian cities, Indian smart cities, Hyderabad is at the first position. Now I'll be telling you the current COVID-19 situation in India. As per 18 September 2020, so the total cases have reached to 52,14,677. Out of them, 78.9% are recovered, which is 41,12,551. Active are 10,17,754, and deaths have reached to 84,372. In this chart, you can clearly see the active and the recovered cases in 5 states: Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Uttar Pradesh. 59.8% of the active cases are recorded in these states, and 59.3% of the total recovered cases are also recorded in these 5 states. Now it is time to revise this entire session with the questions. So it is quiz time. Try to answer these questions. So the first question is, what is CPEC, which is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor? What is CPEC? A. Bilateral project between Pakistan and China. B. Bilateral project between India and China. C. Between Pakistan and India. And D. Between India, Pakistan and China. So option D is incorrect because bilateral project is between the 2 countries. So it cannot be 3 countries. So now the correct answer would be the bilateral project between Pakistan and China. Okay. Now the next question is, India's first private jet terminal is located at Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, and New Delhi. So the correct answer is, it is located in New Delhi. Next question, Global Smart City Index topped by Singapore, Helsinki, Zurich, Hyderabad. So the correct answer is Singapore. Singapore is the first, Singapore got the first position. Now it is time for question of the day. Try to answer this question in the comment section. So the question for you is, what is Accessible India campaign? What is Accessible India campaign? Try to answer it in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll discuss the complete detailed answer in the next session. Till then, work hard, stay motivated. Jai Hind.